Govs Go!
Hello APSU, this is George Hibbard coming to you with a brand new show called Govs Go! Where we keep the Tennessee tradition alive of being the home of explorers like Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone by sending out our Govs to go cover their favorite location from anywhere in our own backyard or to somewhere far from reach. For our first segment, we will see all the beautiful nature that our Govs covered. Let's start off with me sharing my favorite outlooks.
Hello everyone, I'm George Hibbard and I'm at Klingsman Dome, roughly 6,500 feet in elevation. And as you can see, it is a beautiful sight. This is the tallest point in the Smoky Mountain National Park, making it one of the tallest points east of America. Klingsman's Dome consists of a 360 observatory tower where you get to see one of the most immaculate open landscape views that you will ever see in your life. In order to get to the tower, you have to take a half-mile paved trail walk up to the tower from the parking lot. Even though half a mile is not that far, the steepness of the trail does make it a little challenging, but still very doable. If you do not feel like walking up the trail, then no worries, because from the parking lot, you will still get an awe-inspiring view. When visiting Klingsman's Dome, make sure to check the weather beforehand, because if you come on a cloudy day, you will not be able to see anything since you are so high up. When you come on a clear day, you are in for a feast for the eyes, especially if you come during sunset. I also recommend staying a little after sunset so you can see the lights from towns like Gatlinburg and Cherokee, North Carolina. Klingsman's Dome has to be easily the best outlook that I have ever been to, and I highly recommend you make the trip to East Tennessee to see it. Hello everyone, George here at my favorite park in Nashville, Lover Circle, where in this park I guarantee that you get hands down the best view of the city just by taking a little walk up a hill. Let's go check it out. Here we are on the top of Lover Circle, short little hill to get this amazing grand view of the city. Look at this, people. You get a nice look at Vanderbilt. You see the whole metro skyline. You see the Batman building standing tall and proud. Come up here, people, especially at night as well. You won't regret the view. And of course, coming here during sunset is a must. Lover Circle is located in the west end of Nashville and is 744 feet above sea level. Lover Circle was the highest point in the old city of Nashville, but now that title has been taken over by some point in Radnor Lake State Park. During the Battle of Nashville in December of 1864, Union defense lines ran close to the park, but now the park acts as a beautiful area for people to have picnics and to enjoy the beautiful city skyline. One of the great things about Lover Circle is that not too many people know about it, so you never have to worry about finding a spot to enjoy the lovely view. In your next visit to Nashville, check out Lover Circle. You won't regret it.
Aren't those sights lovely? I had a wonderful time being on top of the world. There are also many parks and nature sites in the Clarksville area. Let's see what Kelsey had to say about the plant life that surrounds Austin Peay's campus.
Kelsey Mead here reporting about what nature can be found around Austin Peay State University.
Austin Peay State University has many different and distinct plants all over its campus. Plants that can be seen around campus include pecan trees, wild blue phlox flowers, prairie phlox flowers, weeping willows, magnolia trees, pine trees, Douglas fir trees, and many more. There have been two significant people in making Austin Peay what it is with the nature that is all around. One named Herbert Rowick and the other was Charles Pinkley, whose mission was to have every native tree to Tennessee on Austin Peay's campus. There are many green spaces on campus, which include the Dunn Bowl and the area in the middle of the Governor's Terrace North and Governor's Terrace South. Another place on campus that showcases many different plants native specifically to Tennessee are in the Native Meadow, which is located near the Morgan University Center. On April 21st, Austin Peay put on its annual Plant the Campus Red, when many faculty, staff, and students went around campus planting red flowers everywhere they could.
Now, for our next segment, let's cover the businesses and hangouts that our Govs love to go. First, let's start with one of my favorite places in Nashville.
Hello everyone, George here at the game terminal, which is at the west end of Nashville. And as you can see, it is a gigantic warehouse full of classic awesome arcade games and pinball machines. They also serve food and drink. You can say this is like an adult Chuck E. Cheese. Let's go check inside to see what they have installed. The game terminal consists of over 200 new, rare, vintage arcade and pinball machines. The pinball machines can require 1 or 2 tokens to play them, 1 token equaling $1. But just about all the arcade machines are free to play. The game terminal also consists of an outdoor section where you can play games like cornhole, ping pong, and more. The game terminal can be easy to miss because of it being surrounded by truck stops. But once you find the game terminal, you will be spending hours in here. When you're at the game terminal, I highly recommend you get the strawberry slushie. Go to the game terminal and get ready to game like the past, the right way, at the arcade.
The 1999 tornado changed the nature of Clarksville's historic downtown. Architecture, architects, tornadoes, destruction, life, and people. What do these things have in common? Paul Schuhart.
My name is Paul Schuhart. I was born in 1998. In 1999, there was a tornado that hit Clarksville. It was called a miracle that no one died. as people often do. Architecture is defined the art or practice of designing and constructing buildings. The complex or carefully designed structure of something.
So now you're completely like not showing up.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I have to bring things closer to the light to make sense of it. Most of the time, it just makes things harder to see. I keep trying to rebuild things. I keep trying to rebuild everything that I keep destroying. An architect, a person who designs buildings, and in many cases also supervises their construction. Let's start at the beginning and try to make sense of everything. Does everything have to be so sacred? I'm thankful for everyone in my life, everyone that's been my foundation. Nothing can stand forever. Hiraeth, a Welsh word, a sickness for a home in which you can never return, a home which maybe never was, the nostalgia, the yearning, and the grief for lost places of your past. Things change. Things always change. It's how we let these things affect us that define who we are. People die, as people often do.
One of the most iconic buildings in Clarksville is the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center. It was completed in 1898 as a post office and customs house to deal with all the mail from Clarksville's international trade in tobacco. Let's see what goofy adventures Paul Schuhart is up to at the Customs House Museum.
Hello, my name is Paul Schuhart, and today I'll be exploring the Customs House Museum and Culture Center, located in Clarksville, Tennessee, downtown district on 200 South and 2nd Street. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1972. The museum blends many different architectural styles, including Stick, Queen Anne, Romanesque, Flemish, and Goth, just to name a few. Now let's look inside. My first stop was the main gallery. I looked around and it was a gateway to new worlds. I tried to bring out what I found, and I wanted to bring everything out with me, or perhaps just leave a piece of myself there. There's so many different artists and figures of art, it was so difficult to try to name one that I liked the most. All of them had so many different unique styles. It was such a great time being able to look, explore, and understand different points of views and cultures. This is what you go to a museum for, to explore, to open your mind, and to find something that you never expected to find. Someone else. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Let me move out of the way for you. It definitely left an effect on me, and hopefully it left something on you too. I was off to the races. Next stop, the next part of the museum. I went and I saw the moving exhibit, and it was very great. It had a lot of African history and African culture embedded into the artwork. It was very breathtaking, and so much to see and so much to do. With so little time, I had to go down to Explorer's Landing, the children's section of the museum. But don't worry, you don't have to be a child to go. It's full of childhood wonder, so hopefully you can reignite it. I know I did. First stop, playing with bubbles. Also, every stop has an educational purpose to it, so you can stop and look around and read what it has to say. Or just play around like I did. It's really up to you. The museum allows you to have so much fun and so many different exhibits that it's really worth going with your friends and family too. Like all great things, this fun had to stop and end somewhere. Me waving you goodbye with my new friend. Off to the next part of the museum, the lower levels. Check out the final exhibit that they have. and to check out their model train station that they have downstairs. It was like being transported to another world, somewhere far away. So fun playing with all the lights and seeing all the trains run. It was a perfect time. I highly suggest that you come check it out if you find yourself at the Customs House. The time came to check out the final exhibit, an art gallery going on with all female American artists. This is Terry Gordon showing me one of her favorite pieces, the art curator at the Customs House Museum. And another piece that a lot of people seem to like, the baby. But after that, I went and I checked out the other pieces of work. I came there with my friend Paige. We laughed, we joked, and we enjoyed all the pieces of work that this museum had to offer. So many different pieces, so many different things and cultures and styles to look at. It was an amazing time trying to emulate and bring out what the artist had in mind, and bringing out your own flair, and trying to decipher exactly what you wanted to bring out, or bring to the artworks yourselves. If you ever have the chance, I highly suggest finding a piece of work that you like, and trying to interact with it. Try to discover something deeper about it. Ask yourself, what is it that you like about it? What's drawing you to it? This is my favorite piece in the entire gallery. I'm not sure why. This one has the same name as me, Michael. And it's a head, which I also have, which kind of helps. The entire show was excellent, and it was amazing to see all these American women artists show off their works. And with that, I knew I was ready for the final pieces, to look at the master American artists that were invited only. I decided to go with my friend Paige to help try to discover what I liked about it and to try to bring out what I thought made these the master collection, and what secrets that these pieces had. After you find that answer, maybe play around with it. And if you're lucky, you might have a friend to help you along the way, like I did, which I'm grateful for. This was an amazing experience, and the Custom House Culture Center has so many great things to offer and so many great pieces of work to look at. If you're ever downtown in Clarksville, Tennessee, come check out the Custom House Museum and Culture Center, and maybe you'll find something there for you, or something for someone else. Either way, I hope you have fun. This has been Paul Schuhart.
Thank you for the videos, Paul. For many music students, it can be hard to find a place to play their piece when they aren't yet in the best state. Jim Spight takes us to the practice room here on the 3rd floor in the Music and Mass Comm building to see one of his favorite places to practice his craft.
I hope it's still open. Yeah, be no problem. I was a music minor. For most of my college career, I would take time and work on a little bit of music. I also am a violinist, so this was a place that is real dear to my heart. This right here is one of my, I guess you can say it's one of my favorite places. For those who may not know, this is a practice room here in Austin Peay. I can show you some of the processing and making beats that really I learned and got into practice here in the practice room. So yeah, just simple things like that. But the more that you practice at it, the better that you can get it. These pianos are really not that good. But yeah, I think you get the point. It's a really good place for multiple musicians to come together, de-stress. Sometimes I come here to study and as it being like a private place. It's not the best. The acoustics in here, terrible, but it serves really great as a really good practice room. I don't know how I would have developed as a musician here of my college career if I did not have access to a place like this, because I'm pretty sure that I brought a lot of people crazy in the dorm rooms when I did have to practice, and it's pretty good in here. So if you have a chance to come and record, I suggest come in or just practice, or just you wanted to go and collab with some people or anything like that. Maybe let the practice room here at Austin Peay be your next place to go to.
Thank you, Jim, for sharing with us the wonderful world of music. Now, let's head back to Nashville for our final segment, and let's cover some places where you can relax and dig into a wonderful meal.
Hello everyone, I'm George Hibbard here in Nashville, Tennessee on 51st Avenue to cover my personal favorite restaurant in the whole city, and that is Coco's Italian Market, which I say contains my favorite pizza of all time, and I'm going to show you some other reasons why this place is the best. Inside of Coco's consists of two sections, the market portion and the restaurant portion. The market portion has many delicious goods for you to buy, like baked goods, pasta, frozen dishes, wine, cheese and meats. Just as delicious these products are, the restaurant portion is really where the flavor is at. You can select from several authentic Italian dishes, or you can select something simple yet delicious, like what I consider to be the best pizza in the world. After all that deliciousness, order yourself a freshly made cannoli or a slice of cheesecake. The next time you get hungry in Nashville, make sure to give Coco's a try. Hello everyone, I'm George Hibbard, and I'm here at Country View Creamery, located in the back roads of Kentucky between Oak Grove and Trenton, where you'll find a locally owned grocery store filled to the brim with delectable goods. Country View Creamery is owned by the Mennonites of Kentucky, and just about all the goods in the store are produced from local farms. In there, you can find different bottles of milk, an assortment of cheeses, fresh produce, chicken, a variety of beef cuts, a variety of pork cuts, and my personal favorite, the best ice cream in the world. Again, all of this made by local farms. They also recently been selling baked goods from a local bakery, which I may cover in a future episode. Whenever you go grocery shopping, consider shopping local. Consider shopping at the Country View Creamery.
Even though there are so many great places to visit, homelessness is a problem that seems to be ever growing. Paul Schuhart looks at how this has affected college students.
It wasn't always like this. I don't remember everything that I miss. If you told me a year ago where I would be, it wouldn't mean much to me. Gasoline never bothered me. How do I stay warm when everyone is so cold? Where do I go when I have no home? I told them just to give me a few more weeks. In my mind, I'm the mime who had forgotten his lines. I felt wrong. The parking lot is where my love is. You have a roadmap to my heart. Heart is where the car is. Such a perfect place to place my head. Sometimes I lie awake and think about the dead. That's how it goes. I know you asked me to go. The whole wide world can swallow me whole. It's not anything to be proud of. The parking lot is where my love is. Home, sweet home. Such a perfect place to place my head. I don't have any other place to go. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home.
If you find yourself in a tough situation, there are resources available to help you on campus. That about does it for our first installment of Go, Govs Go! I hope you found lots of useful information in this show, and that you stop at one of these places the next time you travel. Have a good one, and remember to get out of your comfort zone.